Hey there, I'm Jason Morris with Keller Williams Realty. Welcome to my video blog. Today we're going to get into a topic that everybody's wanting to know about, and that is how is the presidential election and the changing of the guard going to impact the housing market? So, election stuff. What's going to happen here? Well, nobody really knows. Of course, everything is speculation, but I'll tell you that we've had elections, of course, in the past. I've been through several of them during my time as a realtor. And one of the things that always happens is that everybody gets riled up, particularly when there's a controversial election like this last one. And for a short period of time, there's a great deal of concern about how it's going to impact the housing market. And then folks kind of just get back into their routine and life goes on. So my feeling is that even though there's a lot of concern, particularly from the folks who did not get their preferred candidate into office, there's a lot of concern that the world is going to end in wreck and ruin. And historically, that's just not been the case. If you look at how economics works, it's supply and demand. It doesn't really, there's not a third variable there for presidential candidate. Folks buy and sell homes based on life motivators, and whether or not they actually proceed with the transactions, it really has to do with, is the motivator strong enough, and do they have the financial ability to do it? And of course, that's going to depend on interest rates, that's going to depend on the job market and things like that. So while the election process may rattle the consumer confidence on the short term, on the long term, you're going to find that just the power of habit is going to take over, and folks are going to go back to their daily life, and houses are going to continue to be bought and sold based on the more familiar motivators, based on driven by supply and demand. So I'm thinking short term, not really much is going to change. It certainly hasn't seemed to here at our office. We're continuing to sell homes at a rapid pace, and the buyer agents have been out there hopping. So it looks like based on just initial impact, not very much is going to change. And on the long term, you also have to remember that no matter what goes on with the election, there's always half of the country that is upset and the other half is happy. That's always been the case, regardless of which your favorite party is. So don't worry, life is going to go on. I think we're going to see a strong housing market going into the spring here, because we've got the factors of fairly high demand and fairly low inventory, coupled with low interest rates, which are allowing people to continue to make their purchases. So that's my 2 cents. We'll see how it plays out. Of course, nobody has a crystal ball, but I'm thinking it's not going to end up being that big of a deal, and it will be pretty low impact of an event once we get the drama out of our system. That's all for now. My name is Jason Morris with Keller Williams Realty. Thanks for watching. You take care, and we'll see you on the next video.